Okay, hopefully we have already seen the video describing the KNN algorithm and its function within the app. But now I want to go into detail and actually demo and provide a deeper look into what is happening. So the first thing we need to understand is that we have two types of quizzes that we offer to, oh, not that we offer, but that we can provide to users. One is what we call an initial assessment. This means for a given subtopic, we don't know what level you are if it's your very first time writing the quiz, which means we give you a static quiz, you do it, and then we take the results that you've completed and we send it to the AI because now we need to classify your difficulty level. For a normal quiz, we would already have an idea of your difficulty level for each question, and we could just like adjust your difficulties, whatever. We don't need to send it to the AI. So the results of a quiz only get sent to the AI when it is considered an initial assessment, and that is the table that we see here. This table is called Initial Assessment Complete, and for each user and for each subtopic, we just have a little flag here that says, did they complete it? If they didn't complete, so if it's false, that means the next quiz they write, which will be their first quiz, will be considered an initial assessment. So let's take a look at what that means. Let's go into statistics, and fractions and percentages is indeed the subtopic ID of 1. So when we click this, it is going to start an initial assessment here. This is the initial assessment. Now, there's nothing really in the UI to indicate to the user that this is an initial assessment, but it's giving specific questions. You don't know it. It is. It's giving specific questions based on the data. So let's just run through this. 0% percentage, 6%, 40. I don't know, that one, that one, and 1 over 24, 2 or 1 over 12. Okay, perfect. So we got 6 out of 6 on the initial assessment. What does that mean? I want to actually pull over this. These are some output lines I've written for the application, just so we can see. And this is from the run just now. So, where is it? Initial assessment is complete. Okay, here we are. So, the completed quiz was an initial assessment. Perfect. Now, based on our results, the AI, this is output from the AI algorithm. The predicted difficulty is going to be, with 78% confidence, level 3. So, difficulty multiple is level 3. KNN classified our user at a difficulty level of 3. Setting is complete to true, where user ID is 1, subtopic ID is 1. That means we want to say, okay, they completed the initial assessment. We need to change this flag to make sure that their next quiz is not an initial assessment. So if we update this, it should change to true. Perfect. And then what it'll do is it'll take this difficulty level of 3. And for the 6 question types that quiz tested on, we're going to change their difficulty level classification to 3. So if we just pull the app back up here, get rid of this. If we run this again, let's run another quiz for fractions and percentages. This will not be an initial assessment because of this flag now. And that means it will give us new questions. So you'll see these are difficulty 3 questions. So which fraction, which percentage, okay, I'm not going to worry about answering the questions right. But basically, these are now level 3 difficulty questions because that is what the AI classified the user as. So if we go through this entire quiz, all the questions should be difficulty level 3. And by the way, I want to mention that the difficulty levels of the questions have been verified by our domain expert in that they make sense. What we aimed for was level 1 is the most basic you can get, level 2 is approximately in the center, and level 3 is difficult enough that if you answer it correctly consistently, you are good enough at that subtopic to move on, or at that question to move on. Please choose an answer. Okay. I'm just clicking here. So you can see these questions are all different from the initial assessment because the initial assessment gave a static difficulty, whereas, oh, ew. Okay, now let's look at some more of the output. What happened here? Let me pull the output over 1 second. Okay, you'll see last time it said initial assessment complete. This time it said a normal quiz complete. Oh, sorry, up here. The quiz completed was not an initial assessment. Normal quiz complete, updating question type 1 to the derived difficulty of 3. So derived difficulty means the AI didn't determine this. We did. We brought you down a difficulty level if you got it wrong. So you'll see for 2 out of the 6 questions, we got it right, which means we got to stay at the max difficulty here. But for the other 4 questions we got wrong, we were decreased in difficulty here, down to level 2, because we started at all level 3. And so if we run another quiz, which I'm not going to do, it would reflect these new difficulty levels on a per question basis. And it will give different difficulty levels for each of those questions. That's all, I think.